Greetings, Slackers. It's September 16th, 2016, and I'm over here on CNN Money with another article for you. Supreme Court refuses to block Backpage subpoenas in sex trafficking investigation by Jackie Waddles. Goes on to state here, the Supreme Court declined Tuesday to block subpoenas issued to Backpage.com by a Senate committee that is investigating its alleged role in facilitating child sex trafficking. The Center for Missing and Exploited Children has identified Backpage as a primary online marketplace for child sex trafficking ads on the internet. The website was subpoenaed nearly a year ago by the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations. When the subpoena, which was issued in October 2015, went unanswered, the Senate took a rare move and held Backpage in contempt of Congress, which hadn't been done since 1995. But Backpage and its CEO, Carl Ferrer, have refused to comply with the subpoena, arguing that the First Amendment protects the company from complying with the Senate's demands. But on Tuesday, the nation's highest court denied Backpage's request to block the subpoena. Justice Samuel Alito recused himself. Backpage declined to comment on the court's action. Lawyers for Ferrer had argued in court papers, quote, "This case highlights a disturbing and growing trend of government actors issuing blunderbuss demands for documents to online publishers of content created by third parties, such as classified ads, in a manner that chills First Amendment rights." Stephen Vladeck, a CNN contributor and law professor at the University of Texas, called the case, quote, "an absolute quagmire in First Amendment doctrine." Quote, "The whole fight is about whether and to what extent the First Amendment protects online publishers of third-party content like Backpage," Vladeck said. Backpage functions much like Craigslist, but it's been known to be more permissive for adult content. It was the target of CNN investigations in 2011 and 2012. Numerous lawmakers and regulators have been after the company in recent years, attempting to shut down the site's adult content section where much of the suspected child sex trafficking activity occurs. American Express, MasterCard, and Visa stopped allowing cardholders to make payments on the site in 2015. MasterCard and Visa acted after an Illinois sheriff estimated Backpage was making about $100 million per year from adult advertising, and he lobbied the credit card companies to take action. Senators Rob Portman and Claire McCaskill are heading up the Senate investigation. The lawmakers have called Backpage the most important player in the commercial sex advertising market. Backpage claims to combat human trafficking, saying that it screens posts for illegal activities, but a subcommittee investigation says Backpage actually aids sex traffickers by helping to shield them from detection. For instance, the Senate investigators found Backpage screens posts before they appear online, and the site removes keywords from ads that could tip off law enforcement officials to illegal activity. If many of you remember being on Craigslist years ago, they had the adult section where the escorts used to post, and so they applied enough pressure on Craigslist, and so Craigslist removed that section from the website, and so a lot of that traffic has shifted over to Backpage. You can probably still find it on Craigslist. It's just the language has changed. So for instance, instead of asking for money, it was like they were asking for flowers. So the same service that would be like $250 was like 250 roses or 250 flowers, whatever, and so that's what skirted them around the scrutiny of law enforcement. But law enforcement knows what's going on. And Backpage.com, they've been a little resistant to change, allowing these ads to be on there from these pimps and human traffickers who are trafficking women on these websites, sex trafficking people. And so, one of the things that you have to understand about this is that law enforcement frowns upon such activity online. And so you've kind of seen it go from the street, which was years ago, back in the 80s, pimping and pandering, to now it's gone and shifted to 2.0, it's online. And so with web pages like Backpage, you go through and you see these pictures of these women, and they're offering their services and stuff like that. In a way, I think that's a little more preferable, just my opinion here, it's a bit more preferable than being out on the street and working the streets. Is there still danger with doing so? Yes, because you can meet up with someone and things can go totally wrong. But again, law enforcement frowns upon this. They don't like this kind of activity. And in a way, Backpage, in a way, is kind of helping them, wouldn't you think? By allowing these ads to be up there, wouldn't that make it easier for law enforcement to come along and sort of bust these sex trafficking rings that could potentially also be into child trafficking? You know, if it's hidden and off of the table or out of sight, how do they know about it? You know, just throwing that question out there. But, you know, what do you think about this? I could kind of see this potentially leading to some changes in the way that websites such as Backpage and Craigslist both work and function, and maybe expanded policing powers. But it also does infringe upon the First Amendment because, hey, that's the freedom of expression. You should be able to put something out there. But again, law enforcement has their way of seeing things, and so if you sort of cross that line, you can find yourself in hot water. And so these are just some of the factors that you have to deal with out here if you're going to go down the path of engaging in prostitution or uh, trying to, you know, pay for services and so forth. So leave me your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. The link to this will be in the description box. And that's going to do it for this article and this video. I'll catch you in the next one.
Me and my homies, we tied it in the club. We chopping